Hey folks, this is Lazy Hiker. It's a nice beautiful day, June 4th, 2016, and today I'm at the Round Mountain Trail, which is also called the Summit Adventure Trail. There's a Foothills Nature Trail, which is about a mile long, which just goes to a viewpoint you can also take from this point. To get here, you go 13 miles west on US Highway 34 from the intersection of US Highway 34 and US 287 in Loveland, Colorado. The trail does not go to Round Mountain, weirdly. It goes to Sheep Mountain. So here at the beginning of the trail, we're going to be starting down an old road. It's no longer traveled, but it still has a gate in front of it, locked, so you can't get down there any other way. Here's the parking lot. It's pretty large. It'll hold quite a few vehicles, but it will fill up on a Saturday and Sunday. This is early Saturday morning though. This trail takes pretty much everything except motorized vehicles. We're on the trail looking across the highway. I've never really seen that mountain lit up so well. Get the sun reflecting off the Big Thompson River. You're almost a mile from the trailhead when you come to this sign. It's not a directional sign, but to the left here, you can see a tiny trail going off. It goes just past where you can see it to a nice viewpoint that opens up, but it is not the trail. You'll want to continue going up the mountain to the right. Shouldn't confuse the most. There's several of these informational posts along the way, which is great when you need an excuse to take a break on the way up. This post is about 1.7 miles up. Very interesting facts about this tree right here that was blown down and now has trees growing out of it. And it's growing up here. Went all the way to the light, it said, and then started growing up. But the limbs are now trees in themselves. Flowers are certainly blooming along the trail. Okay folks, we're at the 2-mile mark of the Round Mountain Trail going to Sheep Mountain. I can tell you right now, this trail is not worth it. Maybe it's because I'm a lazy hiker. I don't know how many feet I've climbed up to this point, but it's taken me almost 2 hours to get here. So a mile an hour. I have to rest a lot because I have breathing difficulties going uphill, but still, the flowers are beautiful, the views are okay, but not worth it when you can go to Rocky Mountain National Park and climb the same trail or less difficulty trails and see much more. But that's just the opinion of a lazy hiker. Always like these flowers. This is certainly interesting. Haven't shown you many rocky sections, but this looks kind of fun. The trail is steep, so it does have a lot of rocky places and climbs. This looks like it might be the only place to get water on the trail. This is a spring, and it is marked as being a spring, so maybe it's available all year long. I wouldn't count on it though. This is a pretty dry trail for the most part, so definitely bring your water. Well, here's a view I wasn't expecting. Almost to the top now. Where there's a huge cairn down there, and then there's this thing here, but neither one looks like they're at the top of the mountain. I'm going to go up a little more and see. Here we are at the top of Sheep Mountain. And as tradition dictates, I must add my own rock to the pile. Ooh. There we go. I made it. Alright, we made it to the top of Sheep Mountain, and total distance according to my GPS, 4.5 miles. So with the return, you're going to have a 9-mile walk. The first 4.5 miles are about 3.5 miles up. The other mile, some down in there. Very difficult trail, I would say strenuous, not for everyone. And the folks that are in good shape, no problem. If you aren't in the best shape in the world, it's going to take a while to get up here. It took me 4.5 hours, but I do rest quite a bit. Take a little video, though that doesn't take up too much time. It's mainly my resting because of breathing problems. But most people could probably do this in 3 hours instead of 4.5, and then the return trip down 4.5 miles. It's going to take about 2 hours for your active hikers. Might take me 3. as you can see, if you look around, there's no view from up here. Just a bunch of trees. So you did get some views on the way up here. They were not fantastic views. Nice enough, but this trail is really for Loveland people that don't want to go all the way to Estes Park, Rocky Mountain National Park. Because if you come from Texas or Nebraska, Florida, this is not a trail you will hike. You'll go to Rocky Mountain National Park and hike the beautiful hikes there, even though there's more people. This one, definitely not as many people. This is a Saturday, the first Saturday in June, but still not many people on the trail. So would I ever hike it again? No. I did hike it because I had failed hiking it twice before, and I felt I had to get to the top. But now I've done it, and so that's it for me. Maybe we'll see some stuff on the way down. Alright, we've got about 2 miles to go to get to the bottom of the Round Mountain Trail, or the Summit Adventure Trail, or the Sheep Mountain Trail, whichever you might call it. It starts at the Round Mountain Trailhead, goes to Sheep Mountain. So it's going to be 9 miles total. It's been a nice day, 75 degrees, a little breeze. That's been about perfect for me. The reasons you would want to hike this trail: it's close to Loveland if you're a local. If you want to avoid the crowds of Rocky Mountain National Park, you might want to come here. You can bring your dogs if you want. They are allowed. And I don't know why else. The reason not to take this trail is very steep, a very tough climb. If you are not healthy, if you have bad knees, if you have a bad heart or weak lungs or weak heart, I would not suggest it. The views along the way are not spectacular. They're okay, some of them. Some of the views go so you can see down to the plains where Loveland is, and out past that. You can see a long ways, but did you come to the mountains to see Loveland? Probably not. You want to see the mountains and snow-capped peaks, which there's a little bit of that to see, but not a whole lot. And as you saw at the summit, you can't see anything. That's it. We've got like another hour to go, I think. So it's going to be 2.5 hours for me to get down, 4.5 for me to get up. Been passed by a lot of people, so it's not going to take most people quite that long. So thanks for watching. So I have a correction to make. I have 1 mile left to go. It looks like it's going to be a 3-hour downhill trek for me. So 4.5 hours up, 3 hours down.